So firstly, we're going to check if our yeast is alive by just simply adding it to some warm water and mixing it up, adding a bit of sugar for the yeast to kind of eat, and if it has a reaction like this, which is called blooming, our yeast is alive and ready to go. This process takes about 8 to 10 minutes. We're then going to add some olive oil and a little bit of flour just to make it a cohesive structure. Now you're just going to add spoonfuls of flour one at a time, just until the dough is only slightly sticky to the touch. The approximate ingredient amounts will be in the description down below. After about 8 to 10 minutes of kneading by hand, or in my case it took about 5 minutes by a food processor, the dough should be completely smooth, after which we're going to add it to a bowl with some olive oil to make sure it doesn't stick, and we're going to let it rise for about 2 hours. After the 2 hours, your dough should be doubled in size, so if it's not, your yeast was probably dead and you will have to start over again, unfortunately. But if it wasn't, you're going to add it to a floured work surface, flatten it out, and divide it into 4 pieces. Each piece represents 1 pita. Pull the sides of the dough into the center, flip it over, and roll it into dough balls. Do this with all of your pieces of dough, and then you're going to cover it with plastic wrap. Make sure to oil your plastic wrap so that it does not stick to the dough. Make sure the plastic wrap completely covers all of the dough. If it's not covered, then it's almost certain that the dough will dry out. You're once again going to rest these for 35 minutes. After the 35 minutes, you're going to take the plastic off, add some flour to each one, separate them, and just flatten them out with a rolling pin. Make sure you're not rolling them paper thin, by the way, and they also shouldn't be too thick. They should be about the thickness that you see right here. Once you've rolled out all 4 of your dough segments, you're going to place them onto a smoking cast iron pan with some olive oil. I recommend you rub off the olive oil with a paper towel, but you can leave it on if you like. As it's cooking, you're going to see several bubbles start to form on the top, and if you're lucky, you're going to get one really big bubble pouch kind of thing. After the first side is done, simply flip it over, and you're going to cook the other side for about 2 to 3 more minutes. Now you should have an amazing flatbread that rivals that of your favorite stores and or restaurants. Repeat with the rest of your dough, and you are done. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.